Cancers, hi, welcome to this channel. This is your October reading. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. If you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Send me an email to schedule a reading. And if you like what you see here, do remember to like the video, subscribe. Thank you. All right, so this is a Celtic cross, and I will show you the card. So in October, we will be in the month of Wheel of Fortune and Magician, and also the Sun, because 9 plus Sun is the 19th card. 9 plus 1 adds to number 10, which is what October 2025 adds to number 10. So Wheel of Fortune has to do with movement. It has to do with ups and downs of our everyday life, peaks and valleys, right? When things are up, there is a chance it will come down. But when we feel at our lowest, then that is also a temporary phase. So that's what Wheel of Fortune represents, faith. Regardless of which phase of our life we are in, the Wheel of Fortune reminds us to keep the faith and keep going forward. So, and then Magician has to do with focus, dedication, commitment, and believing in ourselves, believing in our vision, and it has to do with confidence. So whatever it is that we want to do, Magician reminds us we can. We have everything that we need in order to make it happen. So it reminds us to stay in our power, focus, and do the work, right? So let's see how that's playing out in your life. 9 of Cups is in the center of the reading, crossed by 2 of Swords. And then subconscious, you have 7 of Cups. For the past, 10 of Wands. For the subconscious, you have Hangman. And for the immediate future, Knight of Cups. Advice for the month, Ace of Pentacles, amazing. Environment, 3 of Swords. And opportunities, 5 of Pentacles. And then final outcome is Hermit. Okay, and Moon is on the back of the deck. All right, so what I'm seeing is different kinds of experiences. 7 of Cups. Some may be pleasant, some may not be pleasant, but that's what life is all about, right? Like I said in the beginning, ups and downs. And Moon on the back is on the back of the deck. This is something that you may not be aware of, hidden energy, okay? So Moon represents a period of emotional emotional exhaustion is what I want to say. It could be that you may come across some fears, like the situations you are coming across that may trigger old fears, and it may feel a little bit dragging, and exhaustion is what this energy is. However, Cancer, your sign is ruled by the Moon, so this is your card. And so your sign is also about creativity, spirituality, intuition, and that's what this energy represents. So the shadow side is fear, emotional exhaustion, trust issues may come up, and also avoid making any assumptions. So that's the shadow side, okay? But the higher vibration of the Moon's energy is high creativity, high intuition, psychic awareness, dreams. So that is something that you want to work with. So pay close attention to your intuition, signs, synchronicities, dreams. And this also has something to do with maternal energy. So it may have something to do with a parent figure, or it could also be your own feminine nature. When it comes to your home, family, how you take care of yourself and things like that. So, however, Moon asks you to avoid distractions. In our everyday life, we come across a lot of distractions, and sometimes when we are not present, we get carried away, right? So this is a month where you want to stay more present and be aware of thoughts, but do not let these thoughts affect you and um, influence your choices, decisions. Instead, you want to trust yourself, have confidence. Certain things may seem difficult, but it's not that difficult. Sometimes it's our own perception, how we see things, But if you are tired, you want to take good care of yourself. Because what I am seeing in the environment is Three of Swords. It may have something to do with a health situation, because you have Five of Pentacles as well. On the other hand, it could also be some a situation that you are coming across, which is a little bit challenging emotionally, but it's all about keeping the faith. Like I said, it's the energy of Wheel of Fortune. Okay, keep the faith, and one step at a time and one day at a time. You don't have to figure this out today, right? So this is what you want to remind yourself. I don't have to figure this out today. I'm gonna sleep, and tomorrow when I wake up, I will wake up with some new ideas, some new insights that will help me find solutions and things like that. So that is something that you want to remind yourself. Keep the faith, take a leap of faith regardless of what the situation is. Being brave and confident is also what this energy is, taking some risk, but at the same time you want to listen to your heart, Cancer. Okay, and the advice for the month of October is Ace of Pentacles. This is what you want to focus on. So do not get distracted by what's going on in the environment. Your own, conflicting thoughts in your mind, fear-based thinking and things like that. Maybe, there is a valid reason. I'm not asking you to ignore these emotions. It's all about being aware of what's happening, but not falling prey to them, right? Emotions, and uh, this is something that's in our hands. We can be in control of ourselves and still find the peace and harmony within, and still take care of the things that we need to. So it's all about being brave, And Ace of Pentacles is the advice card for the month. So the advice here is to ground your energy, balance, ground your energy. Pentacles is earth energy, so it's all about balance, groundedness, centeredness and stability. So it's important to ask yourself, what what helps me move into that sense of stability and stability. So what does stability mean for you? For some, it may have something to do with you focusing on your creative ideas, your creative projects, something that you want to develop, nurture and bring into life. On the other hand, for some, it could be their home, family. Sometimes your sign is all about home and family, emotions, feelings and things like that. So for you, it could be that. For some, it could be something new you want to begin. If it feels like, okay, because you have 10 of Wands in the past position. This is number 10 has to do with endings, and Wheel of Fortune is also a turning point, beginnings. So, and this is a beginning card as well. So for some, it could be maybe you want to focus on beginning something new. It could be a new opportunity, it could be a new creative project, it could be something to do with your health. So something new. So whatever it is, if it feels like dragging and you are not feeling the energy, but the card is reminding you, again, keep the faith, take a leap of faith regardless. Okay, so ask yourself what is it. So for some of you guys, it could be learning, it could be higher education, going back to school and getting a degree or something like that, or it could be another, getting a certification. So things like that, new opportunities. So what I wanted, that's exactly what's happening here. A golden opportunity. So with both these cards, the energy is reminding you, the advice here is to stay open to the opportunities that you are coming across. Okay, and this is where Moon and this card is similar energy. Moon is our emotions, our subconscious, and this is also dreams. Sometimes it also has to do with illusions. Okay, so that is something to be mindful of. Like I said in the beginning, avoid making any assumptions. By that, what I mean is, like, whatever it is that you are coming across, it could be invitations, it could be people wanting to spend time with you, people wanting to do things with you, or it could be all the things that you want to do, all the things you have to do, like your goals, your dreams. It could also be the opportunities that you are coming across. Maybe you are bombarded with a lot of opportunities. So the mind is at different places, Cancer. Okay, so this has to be like, I'm not asking you to narrow down your list, because it all depends upon how much you can do. So some people can focus on different things, like they are scientists, they are artists, they are a dancer, they know how to play an instrument. So it all depends upon you, like how you want to utilize this energy. So however, it's important to know where you are spending your time and energy, and how meaningful this is for you. And if something is not fruitful, if something is not bringing you that satisfaction, then it's maybe you are reminded to pull your energy back and put it towards something that's more meaningful for you. So it's important to know what is it that you want. So, and then because certain things may be good for you, certain things may not be good for you, but it won't be possible for us to predict what is good for us. It won't be possible for us to see the future. So it's all about staying open and trusting yourself, trusting your heart, and also asking yourself, okay, what is it that I truly want to experience in my life? And that will help you find the clarity. So what is it that you are okay with giving up, and what is it that's absolutely non-negotiable? So yeah, something to do with your dreams or the opportunities that you are coming across, things that you want to do. So this is shiny object syndrome, Cancer. So it's important to like clarify your own thoughts and stay more organized, know what you want, and then put your energy and attention towards those things. Because in October we will be in the energy of magician is all about manifestations, and magician is also reminds us that where we put our energy, our emotion, our attention, that's what we manifest. So it's important to stay away from negativity, and the feeling that we can't do something. So with both these cards, the energy is, this is whatever the situation is, that is causing some heartbreaks, disappointments, or that is making you feel kind of as if you can't do this by yourself or something. This is an opportunity. Okay, this is teaching you self-empowerment. Be more empowered, stay in your power, because whatever it is that you are setting your mind to, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you can. And it's all about not figuring things out in a single day. It's about taking small steps in good faith, and not worrying about things being perfect, not worrying about how things are going to pan out. Because whatever decisions you are making, what I'm seeing is some confusion. Whatever decision you are making, it will have its own wins and also its own challenges. That is a given, right? Because it's through facing our challenges that we grow, we evolve, and that's the whole purpose. So it's not going to be a bed of roses. So all paths have its own challenges. So it's important to trust yourself. This is practical thinking, and you also want to find that balance and ask your heart, what is it that I want to feel How do I want to feel? What is it that's important for me? And that will help you make that decision. And everything happens for a reason. And all our experiences help us move in the right direction. There are no wrong paths. Our soul has already chosen our path, and we are just following. So because that path has something to teach us, something for us. So it's all about how we see our circumstances, how we see ourselves. And it's also important to believe strongly that a higher intelligent force is guiding our path. We are not alone in this. We don't have to figure things out by ourselves. You want to include your angels, your guides. It could also be people you love. And sometimes these guidance, when we pray, when we meditate, the guidance comes through other people. So then it's important to stay open and listen closely, and that will help us see things more clearly. And here with Five of Pentacles, what I want to say is, this is where you are. It could be that you are exhausted, Cancer. It could be that maybe you are not feeling well. If that is the case, it's a different situation altogether, and you want to take good care of yourself, take a break, and do something nice for yourself. On the other hand, when it comes to situations that you are coming across, and if you are feeling this way, then it's important to be aware of thoughts and where you are spending your emotions, your energy. And this requires you to focus on your strengths. All the things you have to constantly remind yourself, every day we have to remind ourselves everything that we have done, all the challenges we have overcome, when we come across something like this. And again, it's a temporary phase. Nothing remains the same forever. And like I said, tomorrow morning when you wake up, it will feel like, you will feel like you can take on the world. And sometimes we can't do that, and that's okay. So but then it doesn't mean that you failed, or it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It's just the exhaustion speaking, right? So you want to focus on your strengths as well, and know that you are enough. You can do it by yourself. So it's important to release all kinds of dependencies. This situation may have something to do with dependencies, codependencies, like expectations. If somebody, like if we are expecting something from someone and they are not there when we need them, then we feel that way. Natural, right? We all would feel the same way. But then it's also we also remember to be there for ourselves. That is important. If we can't be there for ourselves, then how can we expect others to be there for us? So it's again, so what I am seeing from this energy is self-worth, self-respect, staying in your power and making your own decisions, doing things on your own and building yourself up. So again, it could be a temporary phase, and maybe there is no need for you to build yourself up. Maybe you are already, a self-empowered person, but some situations, maybe when we come across, we feel this way, and that's okay. But if you are, then know that this is actually teaching you to stay in your power and make your own decisions, and know that you are enough. And this is also where you are meeting someone, you are connecting with someone here, and it could be that you are going on a trip and it's a little bit tiring. Could be because you have a long to-do list, a long itinerary, and so it's either yeah, it could be the weather situation, it could be all the things that you want to squeeze in your day, and that is a little bit tiring. But something to do with your legs, so watch your steps. And yeah, it may have something to do with your health, okay, lower part of your body. All right, in the past you have 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands energy here has to do with feeling that sense of heaviness. So for some, it could be your responsibilities, all the things you want to do, all the things you have to do, and all things that are important for you, Cancer. And looks like it's a lot, and that can lead to some stress. But number 10 here is completion. So again, for some, it may have something to do with travel or things, the projects that you are working on. There's a lot that you have to take care of, and so that's a little bit tiring. But number 10 here is also completion, and you are moving into this energy here, 9 of Cups. So it could be that you are taking a break and going on a vacation or something like that, or it could be that you are putting things for another day. I don't blame you. It could be that you are not well, or it could be that you are just tired. So yeah, this is reminding you to rest, recharge your batteries. But 9 of Pentacles, on the other hand, is also, like I said, procrastination. So know what is important. Okay, yes, certain things can be, it's, we don't have to do it today. It can wait. But maybe there are certain things that do need your attention. It could be paying your bills. It could be something to do with your health and making a doctor appointment. It could be someone who you love, who needs you, or things like that. So that is something that you want to be mindful of, so you don't have to then feel bad about things later on. So this is a lot of sitting, and some kind of movement is needed. Stretching, like if you work from home or something, just remember to stretch your body, stay more hydrated, eat healthy. This could also be some, like, food related habits. It could be unhealthy food, emotional eating, guilty as charged, drinks, too much sitting, and wishful thinking, things like that. And Two of Swords is covering it. So Two of Swords here is your options, practical thinking. Like, so this is where you are considering your options. But then, the reason why you can't go with either of them is because maybe there is something else that you are not seeing at this moment. So it may feel like you don't have option, you have only these two options, but no, that is not true. You have a lot of options, Cancer. And so when you drop them, like, when you just drop these things that you are thinking about, considering, worrying about, then it will be possible for you to connect with your own heart, and then suddenly you might come across some new ideas and insights. So what I want to say is, if things are getting a little bit heavy, just drop it. And it's not the end of the world, and everything is figure outable. So just rest, relax, have a glass of wine, and go outside for a walk, and you will know what to do. But what I'm seeing here is, there is something that you are not seeing at this moment. There is a better way of doing things. There is a better idea. There is a better solution. But it will come when the mind is calm. Okay, so focus on your body, how your body is feeling, and how can you relax, and relax the mind, relax the body. So do something that you enjoy doing, and that will help you find out what this is all about. On the other hand, Cancer, this could be feeling a little bit defensive, protecting our heart, because sometimes we do that unknowingly because we don't want to feel in a certain way. Like, we don't want to feel, heartbreaks, disappointments, sadness, frustration. So what we do unknowingly is we say no to opportunities, because we already have made this, like, we already assumed that it's not going to work out. Maybe this will not What if, what if it doesn't, what if it didn't work out, and what if I have to go through the pain and the sadness and everything. So what if um, it goes well? What if, you know just giving it your going into it from that place of faith and trust, maybe this will work out in a way that you haven't imagined. Maybe it will be um, what your soul needs. So sometimes the pessimism is something that's coming through, pessimistic thinking. uh, what I want to say is, remain optimistic, keep your thoughts, words positive, and so yeah, that's what's needed here. Okay, and faith, trusting yourself, trusting. So this is what I want to say. So like, for instance, if it has something to do with a relationship, or it could be a project that you are working on, right? So maybe you don't want to, maybe in the past you had to deal with some issues, and now you are protecting your heart because you don't want to feel that way. And maybe in your business you came across some challenges, now you are afraid that you might have to go through the same thing all over again. But it's not about, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We all are living in this time of uncertainty, right? So it's about not trusting the other person, not trusting the government, not trusting whatever the situation, uh, your business, your career. It's about trusting yourself. So we don't have any control over these things. We don't know what the other person is going to do tomorrow. We don't know what our company is going to go through. We don't know about our business. But it's about, you want to ask yourself, Cancer, do you trust yourself? Like, so no matter what happens, can I still, will I be okay? Do I have the confidence? Do I have the energy, the stamina to again create what I have already created in the past? Yes, we can, right? When we think about it, because we went through some experiences. I'm sure you also went through your own share of experiences. And now, wherever you are a different person. And if something goes away tomorrow, you can recreate richer, newer experiences, because where you are now, you know better. You might have done some mistakes in the past. Now, where you are, you know better, you will do better. So, the experiences that you are going to be creating, it will be better, more enriching, right? But there will also be challenges. That's part of the package. So, what I'm trying to say here is, um, trust yourself, have confidence, and then listen to your heart, and then follow the guidance that you are receiving, follow the inspirations that you are getting. So um, take a leap, is for in good faith. Take a leap of faith. I'm sure you know all these things, Cancer, but it's just that, sometimes when we are in that energy, and these it's helpful. What I do is I listen to some personal growth videos in YouTube. I like Alan Watts, and that gives me a boost of energy. And so yeah, so that will also be helpful. Like, if you are going through a mentally, emotionally tiring phase, maybe think about watching a video on YouTube on personal growth and development and things like that. Or it could be like doing something nice for yourself and not worrying about the actual situation. um, because this is not the end of the world. We have, our life is comprised of different areas, and we don't want to lose focus on what we are grateful for. because if we put all our focus on what's not working, then we might lose focus on what is working, and so that won't be nice. So practicing gratitude every day is important, despite, regardless of the circumstances we are coming across, and writing things down, and a spiritual practice, and focusing on our health and wellness. All these things helps, and it help us be a stronger person, so we can then handle life's ups and downs easily. So, like I said, you are ending the month with Hermit, and this is where you are going inward. Self reflection is what this energy is, and it's also solitude. So, it could be that you are isolating yourself and you are staying away from people, and it could be social media. It could be that you are working on something, or it could be that you just want to take care of yourself, focus on yourself. If you are not feeling well, then it could also be you healing, things like that. On the other hand, sometimes it's also important, when we come across these situations, it's also important to surround ourselves with people who we can trust, so that is also important. But when it comes to something that you want to do, this is where you are coming across some self-doubts and confusion. And if you are waiting for things to be perfect, and if you are waiting for someone to get on board, then the energy is reminding you maybe you are enough, and what is it that you can do. So taking that first step, whatever it looks like, is important, and trusting yourself. So sometimes what happens is we look elsewhere for answers, like I told you about YouTube, right? So whatever when I listen to these this audio, and whatever they are talking about, this is something I already know, but it still helps. Listening to it helps. But here in this case, if this is something else, like for instance, if you are afraid of people's judgments, if you are waiting for someone's approval and their validation, and things like that, the energy is reminding you, trust yourself. Okay, you know better. You have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, and it's important to access your own wisdom, and then take that step forward and do whatever it is that you want to do. Rise above your challenges. See, the mountain here is a molehill, so it's all about whether the situations we are coming across, it's all depends upon our perceptions. Sometimes we can make it a mountain, like something bigger. Maybe it doesn't need, maybe it's just a molehill, and we just blow it out of proportion, and we make it something bigger than it actually is. So that's what I'm saying here. This is where the energy is reminding you, it's just a molehill. We don't have to make it a bigger issue, and it's important to rise above these ups and downs of everyday life, and lead with confidence, lead with courage, and it's important to be self-motivated, and keep and trust our life, trust that intelligence force that is guiding our path, and do whatever it is that we want to do in our life. So hangman is in the conscious position. This is where it feels like, you may feel like you are not being treated fairly or things like that, and that can cause some disappointments. And also you might feel like you are an outsider. You are not an outsider in your own life. You are not a victim. We all have a choice, but again, like I said, it could be a temporary thing. But if that is that is how you are feeling, that is not true Cancer, okay? And this is also asking for flexibility. This situation is reminding you to drop ideas, preconceived notions, and stay open to different perspectives, different way of doing things. Explore new ways of doing things. Be creative, be inventive, which is what your energy is all about. And yeah, so On the other hand, for some of you guys, it could be meditation. It could be that you are trying yoga, something like that. So a spiritual practice, and this is enlightenment. So whatever the situations you are coming across, the energy is reminding you, take a step back and take a look. When you take a step back without getting entangled in the situation, then it will be possible for us to see something different there. That's the reason why I said rise above, because when we are in the middle of something, it's not possible for us to see it clearly. We have to look it from a higher perspective, a higher. See, moon is here and everything is happening here. Moon can see things very clearly. All the deception, the betrayal, the drama, it can see it, right? So that maybe you can also see it, and that's the reason why you are feeling a little bit disappointed. But take care of yourself if that is the case, and stay away from environment, conversations if you are feeling sensitive, and loud noise. Stay away from these things, and take care of your heart. For some, it may have something to do with a particular situation where you are seeing something in a new way, seeing something differently. A new vision is emerging now. Like there is something new you want to do, or the way you want to be. Yeah, flexibility. It could be remaining flexible when it comes to what you are doing, like staying open to different way of doing things, perspectives, asking for help when you need it. And so what I'm seeing is there is a better way, So here, this is where you are not seeing it, but when you take a step back and take a deeper look, closer look, you will see it. So this could mean like waiting and waiting in order for your ideas to form completely before moving forward. So if you are coming across some setbacks, some delays, know that that's also happening for a reason. Maybe things will flow easily if you take that break. Okay, maybe like for instance, just an example, it doesn't have to be true for everybody. You are trying to invest in something, right? And maybe you want to buy a home, and you can't just get that, like you can't find a home, like there's always something that gets in the way, and you are getting a little bit impatient, or disappointed. But what I'm seeing is, like, if you wait, maybe this delay is happening for a reason. Maybe if you wait, then the interest will drop, and you will also find your dream home. So like that, it doesn't have to be true for everybody, just an example. So what I'm seeing for you is, do not let setbacks discourage you, disappoint you. Maybe this is also happening for a good reason. This is for your own good, a blessing in disguise. Okay, so do not push through, do not struggle with anything. Instead, wait and be in acceptance, and you will see that things will flow more smoothly for you, effortlessly. And if that is not happening, that means something is off energetically. So that's also the reason why I said, just use this time to take care of yourself. Do something that you enjoy doing, so you can then get back to the flow. So money matters. So something to do with your financial situation is also improving here. It could be something that you are coming across now, Cancer, but this is what the advice is. So for some, this could be staying open to new opportunities, look for new possibilities, or it could also be investing in something, using your money to work for you. But Hermit is ruled by Virgo, so it may have something to do with a Virgo in your life. And Knight of Cups here is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So it could be your energy. And Hangman could be Pisces energy coming through. And Hermit here is like someone you are meeting, someone you are consulting. This could be a teacher, a healer, a counselor, a guide. Okay, Cancer, let me see. Let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. But this month is where it's extremely important to pay attention to fear-based thoughts and beliefs. And this month is all about healing and releasing all those fear-based thinking and knowing that you are enough. You can do this by yourself. It doesn't mean we don't need people, we do. But at the same time, we also don't want to wait for approval and validation. You know, sometimes our own approval is enough. Okay, so the message is be insightful and established. Yeah. So everything is not dark and gloomy. See the colors here and all these cards here is a little bit dark and gloomy, but the energy is reminding you that is not the truth. So keep your eyes on the possibilities, the light. It could be focusing on your own strengths, or it could be the energy of a situation. So let me read this out to you. Number 49. Oh, number 49, okay. On the other hand, it just occurred to me. So if you are doing something like physically strenuous, it could be that you are going on a hike or something. Moderation, like some kind of balance is needed. Like know how much your body can take. This could be chest pain, congestion, inflammation, sinus issues, allergic reactions, some things like that. Okay. So if you are outside, depending upon where you are, what the weather situation is, just pay attention to your own body. And if you are feeling tired or something, maybe just take rest before you start again. But yeah, moderation and finding that balance is important, so you don't fall sick, So the best say, look at this card, look at this message, sorry, ground and rebalance your energies. That's exactly what I was talking about, because Ace of Pentacles is your advice card, and this has to do with a sense of groundedness and stability. And the advice here is to ground and balance your energies. Maybe it's not a good time to make important decisions and rush into anything. Maybe use this month to rest, relax, nurture yourself, take care of yourself. And when you do that, when you are feeling calm in the mind, body, then you will find a better way to do things, and maybe things will flow easily for you, effortlessly. So ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. Yeah, this is past and the future, worrying about things. Certain things can happen when you are ungrounded. You may find you make mistakes or miss important opportunities. It's imperative that you ground yourself. You can do this by making time for meditation, turning into your physical needs, take a deep breath, or getting out into nature. A quick way to ground is to plant both your feet firmly on the floor. Take a deep breath down to your belly and calm your mind. Feel the connection between your feet and the earth. Imagine yourself feeling very calm, centered, and grounded. A tube worm is an invertebrate that anchors itself to stable elements in the ocean. It creates a tube around its body into which it can withdraw completely. The tube worm spends most of its time perched motionless on rock or coral unless it feels threatened. If you are ungrounded, you might feel as if you are getting out of touch with reality. Grounding can help you build a strong foundation in knowledge and experience. The tube worm is reminding you of the benefit you feel when you reconnect to Earth. Yes. So this is the month when you want to focus on yourself, your health and wellness, and everything will be all right. Things will fall in place on its own without your interference, Cancer. So that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Do remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well. And if you like what you see here, please do support the channel by liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you so much for your support, and take good care of yourself. I will see you in the next reading, and I hope you have an amazing, magical month ahead. Take care.